Tony Stark Iron Man issue 1 sees Dan Slott return to Tony's past as he partakes in a robot soccer tournament and easily wins against fellow student Andy Bung. In the present, Andy is still building robots, and it's gotten the attention of Tony Stark. Tony arrives at his garage lab and is impressed with Andy's work with robotics, and Andy reveals that it's all based on what he calls IBS, the idea-based structuring, which involves teamwork, something he knows Stark isn't a fan of. Stark says that despite the bad name of the idea, it has some potential but still needs some work, and he wants to work with Andy to make it better. Taking his flying car, the two friends head to Stark Tower, where his head of security, Bethany Cabe, is upset he brought an uncleared person with him to the building. After getting clearance, they head into the lab, where it's revealed Tony is actually a hologram and the real Tony is in the lab the whole time. After Andy's surprise dies down a little, Tony takes him to the foundry, where he builds all his Iron Man armors. It's here Andy meets Jocasta Pym and some of the other members of Stark's team. Andy also finds out that Jocasta Pym will be his boss. He soon realizes why Stark has an interest in his idea, as Tony uploads it to some of his tiny robots and activates them, causing the toys to all explode thanks to the nanites not working together as they should be. Soon an alarm alerts Tony to something trying to attack Manhattan, that something being Fin Fang Foom, who is intent on destroying the city. Tony deploys a Triple F contingency, a group of auto-repulsors that attack the dragon. Tony meanwhile commandeers his jet, heading into battle as James Rhodes says the government has signed off on whatever Stark has planned for the dragon. As he arrives, he reveals what he has planned, as all of the auto-repulsors come together with his jet and form the Fin Fang Foom Buster armor, allowing him to go toe-to-toe with the dragon. The dragon rips through the armor like tinfoil, however, leaving Tony left with his base Iron Man suit. Tony weakens a spot on the dragon's armor enough to fire a micropod into it, and inside the pod it releases a single nano Iron Man, which Tony can control and fight off the antibodies the dragon sends after it. Andy wonders why the pod only had one nanobot in it, and Tony reveals that that's the problem, since the pod is filled with thousands of nanobots, but he can only control one. Andy realizes what's stopping it and says the robots need a beat to syncopate to, just like Tony's robots did when he won the soccer tournament in school. Getting Jocasta to blast some music through the speakers, the nanobots all activate and Tony is able to fight his way to a control disc inside the dragon's brainstem. Destroying it breaks the unknown control over Fin Fang Foom, who wanders back into the ocean as Tony calls his team in to help him off the seabed. After recovering from his fight, Tony and Stark Unlimited reveal their plan. The reporters all want to see the brand new shiny Iron Man armor, but Tony doesn't have one, instead saying it's right in front of them, since Iron Man isn't an idea and everyone on his team, now including Andy, make up Iron Man. Tony Stark Iron Man issue 1 was a fun and welcoming first issue from Dan Slott that is perfect for new and old readers alike and establishes a new status quo for Tony Stark, while also making fun at the amount of status quo changes the Armored Avenger has gone through in the last couple of years. It was really awesome seeing Tony fighting Fin Fang Foom in a giant mech version of the Iron Man armor. And speaking of armor, Dan even makes fun of Tony changing armor every few years, and there always being some new design feature that makes the armor different to whatever else come before it, but this time it's just really just an armor, just a normal Iron Man armor, which is really cool and really quite refreshing, oddly enough. The idea behind Tony's team is also really cool, and I'm really looking to a Iron Man as in a singular Iron Man, but being looked at as a more of a team-based approach to superheroics. I think that's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to this run, and if this issue is any indication, it's going to be a fun read. I'm going to give this issue a 9 out of 10. Hey everyone, thanks for watching my newest video. If you enjoyed it, you might also like to check out my other reviews here on my channel. You can also follow me on various social media platforms like Twitter by searching Matt_FOS, or even join the Comic Multiverse Discord server and chat with other comic book fans, including myself and Joel from Cape Joel. Want cheap comics and trades? Head over to the book depository with the link in the description to get the cheapest trades and comics around, along with free shipping anywhere in the world. Until next time, this has been Matt of the Fortress of Solitude. Thank you so much for watching.